Hi everyone, this is a video that takes a look at my retirement holdings from the perspective of in what kinds of accounts are my investments today. The pie chart you're looking at right now is a real-time view of my retirement portfolio. The chart is built using the multi-asset tracker Google Sheet spreadsheet that I shared in a previous video. That wasn't part of that template, of course, but once you have something in a spreadsheet, it's very easy to build visualizations so that you can get a handle on what's going on. Anyway, this is the first of, I think, 3 videos that I'm going to do on this topic. This one focuses on what vehicles I have my retirement savings in. And by vehicle, I mean, is it in my RRIF? Is it in a non-registered investment account? Is it in a tax-free savings account? And so on. The view I'm presenting here on screen right now is actually a consolidated view of multiple accounts across multiple providers. My spouse and I have, in aggregate, probably 10 different accounts that are all consolidated here into 3 buckets, being RRIF, non-registered investments, and TFSA. So let's talk about the RRIF to begin with. That's the largest portion of my retirement savings. And for those of you who don't know, a RRIF is analogous to an RRSP. When you're working, the RRSP funds your, if you'd like to think of it this way, private pension. And your RRIF is when your private pension starts to pay a salary to you. So the RRIF pays the salary that you've paid yourself during your working life. Some people may think that RRIFs are only, for when you're collecting pension or when you're age 71. I think those are pretty commonly held beliefs, but in fact, you're allowed to convert a RRIF, an RRSP, into a RRIF at any time. And the only catch is that once you convert to a RRIF, you're obligated to take a minimum amount from the RRIF every single year thereafter. And the amount you must take is a percentage based on your age or the age of your spouse, if you like. So yeah, I started my RRIF. I opened it last year because you're obligated to take RRIF payments in the year after you open it. So starting on January 31st, 2025, I started collecting a monthly salary from my RRIF. So I'm taking the minimum amount of RRIF payments right now. That isn't sufficient to fund my retirement, as it turns out. So the 23% I have in an investment account is helping me, bridge the gap. And this is advice. The reason I'm doing it in this order, this is advice that I got actually from a financial advisor that I hired a couple of years ago, a for-fee financial advisor who looked at my retirement holdings, looked at my budget requirements for retirement, and presented me with a plan to get there. And her recommendation was definitely to focus on RRIF payments early and augment, if necessary, with investment payments, with a view to trying to minimize taxes as much as you could. Another 9% of the retirement holdings is in a tax-free savings account. And again, that's multiple tax-free savings accounts. Both my spouse and I have one. Tax-free savings account will actually probably, will definitely grow as a percentage over time. But even in absolute terms, the tax-free savings account will grow for 2 reasons. One, I'm not withdrawing from it. And 2, I'm actually continuing to invest part of my RRIF earnings into the tax-free savings account. In some respects, I don't really need to do that. Once I'm retired, one strategy is definitely to stop saving altogether and to continue to just, draw down on your savings. The tax-free savings account is sort of a little safety net, I guess, and is the last funds that I'll be drawing down from. But long story short, the retirement funding is the current holdings are primarily RRIF and augmented by investment accounts, and over time you're going to see that the investment portion of that will dwindle. I'm drawing down on that pretty rapidly, realizing capital gains as I go, and over time the RRIF will start to get more and more of my day-to-day living expenses as I get older, and that's normal. So that's a quick overview of how my retirement portfolio is constructed as of today. In a next video, we'll take a look at the asset allocation that I have in retirement. And if you want to read more about any of this, moneyengineer.ca is a great place to go and learn more. Thanks for watching.